Hey everyone, Dr. Jones here again with a new weekly video. I want to talk to you this week about planning your success by identifying what you value and ignoring excuses. See, oftentimes we try to talk about success and talk about what we would measure success by and how we would be successful, but we miss the steps that are incredibly important before that. What are we currently doing? What's our plan to be successful? So let's talk about this. What do you value? If you stop to think about your schedule, because we're all busy, everybody's busy, everybody says they're out of time because we have so many different things going on. But if you take a second and think about your schedule over today, over the past week, and think about what you spent the most time on, because that is what you value. Now, I know we say we value certain things, but it's not until we really look at where we're spending our time and what we're spending it on that we find out it's not necessarily what we say, but more what we do. See, are we spending time on reading a book and reading something, or are we spending time surfing the net? Are we spending time with our family, or are we spending time attached to our phones? So it's really what you're spending your time on. And if you're going to be successful at anything, you have to schedule things. So you need to think about taking that schedule and blocking things out. Me personally, just a little personal share, I'd love to write a book. You know, I talk about writing a book all the time. I've played with working titles, I've played with topics, I've played with body and how it would be set up and what it would say. And then I look back at my schedule about how many times I've actually sat down to write. 0. That's right, I haven't. So really, do I value writing that book, or is that just something I'm thinking about? The next thing is excuses. See, excuses are always there, and that oftentimes gets in the way of us planning on what we do and what we value in our schedule. You can always find an excuse for everything you want, anytime, anywhere, because they're out there. And you know, some, they even sound pretty good and pretty valid, but unfortunately there are still excuses. And see, excuses, they do 3 things. They help us avoid responsibility, because if it's somebody else's fault or some other reason that we couldn't do it, it's not our fault that we didn't succeed or get where we want to. They help us feel better. Look, nobody wants to fall short of a goal. Nobody wants to say they didn't succeed at something. So having an excuse in our back pocket makes us feel a little more comfortable. And third, they limit us. See, as long as we're making excuses, we're limiting our ability to take responsibility for our success and act on it. You know, I had a coach once that taught me something pretty good. You can have anything you want in this life, anything. It's up to you, because in the end, you're the one that has to go get it. It's not going to come to you. I want you to remember something as you're planning for your success and as you're avoiding those excuses that limit us so poorly. You only argue for the limitations you want to keep. Keep that in mind. What are you arguing for? How are you limiting yourself? So go forward, do some planning, get rid of those excuses like I know you can, and I look forward to seeing you at the most successful state you can possibly be. Remember, be purposeful, act with integrity, and build your character. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Have a great weekend, everybody.